Hey everybody, so it's been a while since I posted a video about this truck and I realized it had been 3 months. So here's the time to do it. I've made a lot of progress and I wanted to show you just a few little update things on it. One of the more kind of time consuming things, and the subject kind of more of the video here, is the fiberglass work I did. And of course I'm basically trying to restore the truck from the front to the back. It took a hit on the front. I mean, it's taken many hits in its time, but it took a pretty good size hit on the front here, so I'm having to do a lot of reshaping. So right here in particular, the fender was completely disconnected all the way through from the radiator support. So what I did was I went through and did the fiberglass method. I know I could, you could weld it, but I don't have a welder and not a lot of time to be doing that. So this is a pretty damn good fix for what I'm doing here. I also have a bracket up above that I'll show you that I connected to kind of brace everything. So it's the Bondo fiberglass kit. And it's very strong. Did like 3 layers of the fiberglass cloth. I need to clean it up a bit. What I did was I ground it down to bare metal as good as I could and then installed that stuff. And what I'm gonna do on top of that is Bondo glass, and then I'll go through and paint, with the pro grade Rust-Oleum undercoating, and that'll be, it'll look pretty good. So there's that. If anybody wants me to go into more detail on it, I do need to do some more patches, up here and all that. So maybe I'll do a little video on that, but I don't know, there's a lot of videos on that anyway. Now, if you're familiar with what the front end looked like before, this is a lot different now. I've done a lot of work, a lot of grinding and wire wheeling and all that, and painting to get this front end looking a lot better. There was a bunch of welds. I just did this front part with that pro grade stuff I was talking about. There was these really ugly, nasty welds right here that my dad did, did the best he could with what he had. And so I ground them down, got them as smooth as I could, and did this paint over them. And it looks really good. This stuff seems really strong. And I got these new headlight buckets, or not buckets, but headlight windows. Got those new headlights. And I'm having to shape and bend and hammer just to get these things to get on here. So it was a process just to get them on and aligned. And I'm gonna have to do the same thing with the grill, because there's nothing straight on this truck because it's been wrecked so many times, but a little bit of work and it'll look nice. Replace the radiator with this triple core aluminum. It seems to be pretty good. I got it off at Amazon. I think it was 140 bucks. Way better than what was on there before. This mangled old radiator that I had fixed with caulking. So back when I was like 13. Other than that, I am cleaning up the engine. I completely did away with all the smog stuff. There's usually a rail of vacuum lines here that there's like a connector right here. So I did away with all of that. And it's running better than it has in a very long time. It's just still smoking a bit. And I just realized the other day that it has fuel in the oil. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and replace the fuel pump, because I feel like, it's an old fuel pump and it was sitting for a long time. I have no way of proving that the gaskets in it were bad and that it was leaking fuel into the engine, but might as well just rule that out, right? Now, if you can imagine, this color, it's kind of an off-white. It's a Toyota color, like a 1988 Toyota. I don't remember what the color is or the number, but this is what I've chosen that the whole truck's gonna look like. So if you can kind of envision, what the rest of that truck's gonna look like. Since I last talked to you guys, I've gotten a factory bumper for it. Don't mind the mess in here. It's not a factory bumper, but it's a replacement bumper. We've got the front valance to replace on the front. And the things that I'm trying to look for right now is the rear, the right or the left rear panel for the bed, and another one of these, the valance mount for the other side. So if anybody knows where I can find a valance mount, I'm sure I can just part out an old truck. But anyway, I'm having to figure this out as I go on how I'm gonna do all that. So anyway, that's kind of the update. I'm just trying to rule out everything I can until I have to go into the engine. It's got great compression on all the cylinders. It's just smoking and misfiring on one of the cylinders. So I'm probably gonna have to do some kind of rings or something like that, but you know, I don't want to, obviously. And underneath, I'm going ahead and I'm just cleaning as good as I can. My brother and I cleaned, close to an inch of grease off of the side, just the passenger side of the engine. I'm gonna start taking stuff off and cleaning it, like this axle. I'm gonna take it off and grind it down and paint it some kind of gray color and replace the seals. They've been leaking for 20 years, so I think it's about time to change those. But yeah, as I said, just working my way forward. If anybody has any tips or tricks, I'm very open to all that. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Oh, and a little bonus, here's the KLT 200. It's a 82, I believe. Pulled it out of a barn not too long ago, and I've been going through and restoring that as well. So got a lot on my plate here. I'll probably be making some videos about that in the future. So anyway, later.